Geico knows there are many reasons why you ride. From the camaraderie of the other bikers, a band of brothers, always there for you, rain or shine, to the amazing savings you get with Geico on your motorcycle insurance and accessories coverage all year round. But for Bucky Hornhill, it was one reason in particular.
It was my helmet hair. I was born with helmet hair. I've tried to cut it a bunch of times, even buzzing it, but it immediately just goes back to helmet hair.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Three, two, one. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. It's Wednesday night. Hope you guys all got your new comic book day. Wait, we don't have those anymore, do we? It's a shame. I always got to bring up the bad news. That's what I do around here. Hopefully you guys had a good day. I had a pretty decent day, all things considered. Started playing Pokemon Go again. Anyone play that game? Anyone used to, or once upon a time? It's a fun game. I used to be into it when it first came out, really strong. I played it the later half of 2016 through the first half of 2017. And then it just got to a point where I was kind of tired of it. The game was a little too simplistic, but my buddy and his kids play it, and he got back into it, and his kids are getting old enough to they can now play it and enjoy it, and it's a lot of fun when you play it with people, and they've really added a lot to the game, and it gets me out and active, and now it's really challenging in today's day and age, right? Because you got to go catch them all, but then you're not allowed to be out, so it's like a whole different kind of Pokemon Go. It's like extreme Pokemon Go, where you look out for the cops and don't get arrested trying to catch Pokemon. Oh, what a crazy time we live in today. Let's see who's in the chat, shall we? Looks like Dane was first tonight. Good to see you, Dane. He says, "Where be everybody?" Well, when you're first, there's no one else here to be. He was like 10 minutes early. That's appreciated. Says maybe I should go make a sandwich. Well, I had a corn dog. Actually leftover. We went and grabbed corn dogs for dinner, and then did the Pokemon Go thing, and There was one left, so I tossed it in the oven for like 5 minutes, heated it back up, and that was my late night snack. Now I gotta get a drink, sorry. Tonight's drink of choice is Pepsi, the choice of a new generation 20 years ago, so actually it's the last generation. I don't know what the new generation drinks. Let's see what else is going on. More Dane. Lots of Dane. Kay's in the house. What's going on, Kay? Nalo's here. Good to see you guys. Nalo says he's hoping for an excess of gab. It's my fuel. Computer robots. Always good to see the artificial intelligence that's going to take over the world eventually here in the house, monitoring my channel. How's it going, computer robots? Says, I hope you're doing well, and please don't let the government interference stress you out. We all hope that this will work soon for everyone and get their jobs back. Well, yeah, I wish it were as easy as that, is just not letting it stress you out. But try to look for distractions where you can find them. Let's see, where else? What else is going on? Dane says, Nalo Monday, the gab was over the top. So fun. Bad comics bring out the best gab. And then Nalo says, Ash getting out in the world with Pokemon. Yeah, it's a fun little game. It's like Easter eggs. It's like hunting Easter eggs. It really triggers your endorphins when you find things, and they really tweak the game. If you've never played it before, anything I'm saying is not going to make sense. But if you did play it in the past, they really enhanced it and made it just feel better. And like I said, it gives you a reason to get out, which I'm kind of a homebody, so I need excuses to motivate me. And it's fun, honestly, seeing the joy on the kids' faces playing the game. Ed's in the house. Says, I just got my notification. See, that's why you got to start it early, but I initiate the stream early, but don't actually start for like 10 minutes, because YouTube likes to wait for about 15 minutes before it tells people. And I'm for sure shadow banned, because I probably said a naughty word, like not an actual naughty word, but like a prohibited word that the powers that be don't want me to say. That it's really terrible that we can't even say certain words. It's really out of 1984. If anyone hasn't read the book 1984, I urge you to. It is it's one of the best books I've ever read. Great science fiction, the father of dystopian future books, and it's all coming to pass. It's really scary, and it's important to see and understand just what we're facing. Eric Breen is in the house. Says, give me an E, give me an A, give me an M, give me an R, give me an I. Eric, have you been drinking again? Eamric. Nalo's like 2 + 2 = 5. Exactly. When someone says 2 + 2 = 5, you know that they read 1984. Such a fantastic book. 2 + 2 = 5. That's exactly the kind of math that's being used right now by our government, as they try to tell us all the reasons why we must continue to be locked down. Ed says Animal Farm 2. And Animal Farm is a really good book. That was one of the required reading books when I was going to, grow. I don't remember which grade I read it in. I think I might have read it in like 9th grade or 10th grade. I don't remember. Public school, they, at least where I grew up, we had like required reading books. There were usually like 4 to 6 novels a year, starting in high school. I think in junior high we had to like read like 1 or 2, but In high school, it was like 4 to 6 novels a year that we had to read, that were part of the English requirement and stuff. And I remember most of the books just being like, what the hell is this crap? But Animal Farm, I think it was ninth grade I read Animal Farm, and that book blew me away. It's stayed with me to this day. And I didn't read 1984 until I was, oh geez, I mean, I was well into adult. I don't know why. I thought I knew it. I kind of was like, I kind of know the story, Big Brother, blah blah blah. There's a movie, like. And then I was like, I really need to read this book, and so I did, and it is haunting. It's one of the scariest books I've ever read. Eric says, check the spelling. Eamrica. Nalo says Lord of the Flies. Yeah, no, Lord of the Flies is that's a good sociological book. I'm fascinated with sociology and the idea of how groups of people work and stuff. And Lord of the Flies is a great exploration of that. Computer Robot says, oh, YouTube, why can't you understand that we viewers love it when Ash tells it like it is? Here's the thing. YouTube doesn't care what you like. This isn't actually about money and capitalism. I mean, I don't know if any of you saw What's Her Nuts, Queen Fascist in charge of YouTube, make those comments that they're literally going to pull anything. If you say anything negative about WHO, the World Health Organization, if you say anything contrary to what they are saying, if you say anything about how to help the coronavirus, like, you're not even allowed to tell people to take vitamins, and things like it's so crazy. Like, I think most of us in this world, we just turn a blind eye and we just like, whatever, like, we just go on with our lives because we have bigger things to deal with than some YouTube policy. And I get it, but it's all tied in together. And I think this is, how other big world governments have fallen. Like, people just, they roll over and they don't want to deal with it until it's too late, and then they're forced to deal with it, and then they can't because everything's locked down. But Eric says, what are you babbling about? I led with an A. You always lead with an A, Eric. Eric says, America Chavez or we riot. Damn straight. Skip and Tosh is in the house. Shout out to my boy Skip. He runs it's the Thinking Critical stream over on Twitch, but Skip pretty much runs it. And he's the one that inspired me to do all this stuff that I'm doing now with reading the comics. And he's a real nice guy on top of everything. So I really like talking to Skip. He and I don't always see eye to eye on our views, but he's always really open to like listen and hear, and never takes any contrary views as like insulting or intolerable. And that's one of the things I personally am having so much trouble dealing with these days, is we live in a world where people just don't know how to disagree with each other anymore. Like, disagreement is tantamount to like being enemies. It's like, oh, what, you don't like this comic that I liked? Screw you. You're just like, Jesus. Like, it's rough, and it's very frustrating, because I genuinely think a lot of these people are probably okay people in reality. I don't think a lot of people really think what they're doing, or they're aware of what they're doing, or I think a lot of people just having genuine emotion, like they're getting frustrated, they hear someone, they're saying things, and it's just causing emotions to run and go, I'm fed up listening to this person, without actually thinking about, wait a second, should I really be fed up listening? Like, did that really trigger me? Did that really set me off? Because, they said they didn't like this comic, and I actually do like this comic, or something, I don't know. it gets me thinking. And I think a lot of people are stressed out from the times. I know I try to keep that in mind. Everyone's affected differently. That's another thing that really frustrates me is when I see like all these celebrities, like, we're all here, we're all in this together, and da da da. And it's just like, no, we're not. Shut up, we're not either. Or when I see a lot of these like government workers telling people like me to shut up and just obey the law, and I better not get out. It's like, dude, you have a job based on taxes that people like me pay, and now my job's taken. I don't get to work. I don't get money. You get it guaranteed because you're on the government dime, and the government is not going to take your job away because of a pandemic, but expects the rest of us to lose our jobs and still somehow survive. Just deal with it. It's like, you just don't. But I know that they don't understand because their world's not affected, so they don't completely understand what it's like to be in another person's shoes. They just have this basic, like, oh, whatever, you can get through it. Other people, the rest of the world's getting through it, so you can too. And it's like, so you just don't know. You don't know what frustrations that people are having. And I always just try to assume that, hey, maybe it's really bad. So Skip says you're making me blush, and I don't know how that's actually possible. All right, I don't know how to address that without sounding bad. So I'm just gonna move on. Nalo says we're all in this together. Yeah, we are. Everyone's gonna find out. Even the people at the top are gonna find out that everything's connected. Everything. And just, you think like, oh, I'm okay. It's not really affecting me right now. It is. It's gonna. Because every little service, the clothes you wear, the car you drive, the water that gets pumped to your house, the groceries that go to the store that you buy get delivered by some guy who drives a truck that was packed by some guy who works in a warehouse, and everything is all connected. Like this chick, God, if you just see her too, if you watch her video where she's making the declarations and stuff, and like, we're gonna shut you down, and I'm like, dude, she is the kind of person I imagined in 30s Germany, just being like, if these people talk, it's just like, oh, scary. It's not about money, and believe me, YouTube's not making any money off me. They care about the big. YouTube isn't YouTube anymore. YouTube is going after the corporate giants because cable is failing. Everyone's unplugging. So cable TV is going the way of the ghost. Now Netflix is fine. Amazon, of course, is fine. It's the biggest company in the world, so they don't even care about their streaming service. Disney, of course, has their streaming service. They invested billions to get this thing running. But not everyone has a streaming service, right? So you got people like CNN. They don't have a streaming service. Like, people stop watching cable. Like, CNN gets nothing on the ratings anymore, but they get millions of YouTube views. So YouTube's like, hey, stream on our stuff. We'll let you do it free. We'll collect your ad revenue. Like, if you don't want to build your own streaming service, use ours. And that's great for YouTube, but they realize that they're going to make more money off of those type of clients than someone like me. So, let's see. Ash says, if you get time, I think my reading of Hickman's Ultimate Thor story is worth checking out. Only 4 issues, read in 90 minutes. Yeah, that sounds fun. Ultimate Thor was, that was it? Oh, I'm like, I'm trying to think of who it was. And like, you typed it in. Who did Hickman's Ultimate Thor? It's on the tip of my tongue. Hickman's Ultimate Thor. Oh yeah, it's Jonathan Hickman. Oh, I'm such a doofus. Man. Dane says, yeah, it depends on how bad the leg hurts, if it sucks or not. Okay, most days. This gives us 3 timelines, established character that must be respected, and a view of how Hickman ends things, usually different than Hawk's Pox ending. Interesting. Well, I like Thor. And if you say it's good, then sounds like it's worth checking out. Is it easy to find on the Twitch stream? If I go and check like past broadcasts or something, go ahead and throw that in the chat so other people besides me that might want to go check it out can find it. Hey, you guys talking about your knee hurting? My knee has recently started hurting myself, and I'm worried about it. I don't know what I did with it. Just one day it starts to really, I mean, I can walk okay, but it's like really tightening up. I think I did something with ligaments or something. It's worrying me. I can still walk, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me getting old and it's scary. So I'm starting to really feel like an old man now. I can't even like squat. I can squat, but I can't get back up easy because trying to lift myself up on one knee, it hurts. All right, so I haven't sent out. See, this is what I see. Oh, you guys can't see. Let me turn that on. On my YouTubes. I can't see my stream until it actually goes live. So now, now I'm going to, hey, I'm going to kind of like my own stream. Hey, I like it. 2 thumbs up. Really, you guys can do better than that. There's 10 of you in chat. Only 2 of you like it. Maybe I could do better. That's my problem. I'm not doing better. I'm going to send out, I don't think I named this correctly. Oops. It's not episode 15, is it? It's episode 16. Or am I going crazy? Yeah, last one was episode 15. Oopsie. That's all right. I can edit it. Bing. Done in real time. So, by popular demand, everyone seemed to really like that I did America. I wasn't expecting it to be as popular as it was, but I should have known better. You know, it's the national treasure. So let's get on to reading some America, issue number 2, shall we? I think you all are chomping at the bit. Here she is in all her glory. Just look at this cover. I want you guys to soak this in. Are you guys still with me? Let me know in the chat. Oh, I didn't transition. Gosh, I need a partner to help me out on this so I can not have to do everything myself. Let me know when you see. Jed's like, share the screen. That's what I needed you to tell me before. I thought I was sharing the screen. And I wasn't. So there we go. I want you guys to take in this beautiful cover. Look at this. Does this not just scream Marvel Comics to you? Like, I mean, just Jim Shooter. You just didn't know what you were doing, Jim. This is what Marvel Comics. Can you imagine, for those of you that are around in the Jim Shooter era, if some person would have came back in time with this comic and have been like, this is what Marvel Comics is going to look like in the 20 teens, you would have just been like, shut up. Shut the hell up. But yep, that's it. This is what a Marvel heroes look like today. Dane says, here we go. Miss America Chavez. Computer Robot says, and while reading the book, I would love to see Ash roll his eyes in disgust when they bring up certain propaganda in their writing. Oh, Dane says, bad comics are the best comics. Yeah, sometimes when they're bad enough, when they reach a certain threshold that is just unbelievable, you just can't help but have fun with it. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this book now, and hopefully you guys will be along for the ride. Feel free to comment, make your jokes, roast it, tell me how awesome the book is. And here we go. Viva America! That's right, it's me, America Chavez, exile of the Utopian Parallel and student at Sotomayor University, and I'm not new. I'm Teen Brigade, Young Avengers, the Ultimate Certified. You don't need the CID. I got my own series now. What the hell? Oiste? Oh, God. This page right here is this cringe incarnate. The title of this issue is The Girls Wanna Be Her. Look at how many editors, by the way, are on this book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It took 5 freaking editors. And it still turned out this shit. Like, how... Don't you wish you could suck at your job this bad and still get paid? Planet Maltiha. Zoo, it's cool that we're unlocking America's beams. Like, she said to find her and stuff, and I just want to know everything about her. That's not weird, right? Zulai, a.k.a. Zoo, tech genius, and Imani's right-hand does that say amigix? Are you... It's, okay. It's not amigo. That's the masculine. It's not amiga. That's an old Commodore computer. Boom, boom, shh. Yeah, you guys got... No, amiga is the feminine for friend, right? Amigo or amiga. But we don't want to assume gender, so it's amigix. What the... I just want to slap someone. This is like driving me to violence. Sorry, continuing. Totally weird, but your weird is my kind of weird. Imani, devoted American Chavez fan, follows back every time. Follows back every time that... I love it enough to let you go. Let me give her a little of this brown fist. Not on my watch, sucker. America Chavez, following Beam's profile. This is like Twitter. I love when they do their little fake Marvel fake Twitter thing. One-liners, group beams, Viva America, and unlock location services on reply beams. So here's that girl whose name I already forgot. You will meet people who will change the course of your life forever. Learn when to hold on to yourself and when to fly directly into the storm. Wow. She's plucking her eyebrows while looking at America Chavez picture? What? Meanwhile, in World War II Germany, the Führer is in trouble. Grab him. Dang it, kid. Get out of the way. Whoa, is that Hitler? This is World War II. And that was Captain America. Time travel is wild, but I gotta focus. I gotta get back home. Wait a second. You're just now going, is this World War II? And is that, you just pushed Captain America out of the way so you could punch it? Are you telling me you didn't even know who you were punching? You just immediately were like, there's a dude I want to punch. Oh, wait a second. Is this World War II? Whoa. Is that Captain America? there's a manhole in the middle of the battlefield. Hello there. Mind telling me why you up and bungled a 6 months operation? Excuse you, rude. Young lady? Nope. America Chavez. All right, Chavez. You've got some explaining to do. Not just to me, Commander Peggy Carter of the French Resistance, but to the people of the United States of... Wait a second. Why is Peggy Carter, a British national, why is she the leader of the French Resistance? No one knows. Listen, lady, I don't know what's up with your beehive, but I've just saved everyone from Hitler. So, bye. You punched Hitler. That's it. Isn't that doing enough for you people? Punching Nazis could become the real thing, you know? Oh, God. It is a real thing. It has become a real thing because of idiots who write America Chavez comics. Punching Nazis is neato, but engaging in the tactics that render their leader powerless and ultimately crush his fascist, murderous dictatorship is how we win the wars and bring peace to the people. So, tell me again, America Chavez, how did punching Hitler before we were ready to move on him save everyone? Commander Carter, shall we detain her for questioning? Try me, Becky. Oh, God. Easy there, Agent Good. Oh, wait, I did a male voice for, obviously, a woman, because I didn't look at the hair. I didn't know what the hell this was on the side of the panel. Commander Carter, shall we detain her for questioning? Why is there a woman, why is this battlefield filled with women in World War II? Try me, Becky. Easy there, Agent Goodhair. America, you're going to come with me, and we're going to figure out our next move. Oh. But, Peggy, that's absurd. We don't even know if she's American, let alone have permission to clear her for access to such classified information. You know what I allow you to know. Now take your team and find Captain America. Need a little Viva Peru for that burn? Yo, let's look at this panel. Look at Peggy's face. What the? You coming, or do you have a few more one-liners to share? Look at you, having jokes. 30 meters below the battlefield. Peggy, this room is official. Strategy is key, America. All my moves are planned, with multiple alternates. Just because you're dang good at winging it, doesn't mean you should. Wait, did I just botch your whole entire spy plan thing? Click. Mishaps and sabotage are always built in a good plan. Always has room for the unexpected. In battles, I'm ready too, Peggy. Like, I might throw one punch, but I'm always 3 ahead. But how is that I've been expecting you? and you had no idea that we were meeting today. The word's out on you, America. We're all ready. You knew? This was an accident. I was doing a homework assignment, and I landed here instead of finding the ancient revolutionary. How? Wait. Who told you about me? First rule of being a spy, never give names, and use shorthand. That's my process. You need something else? You need your own plan, America. I had a plan. It included my homework. This isn't fair. Tell me who told, and what is that drilling noise? That'll be the Nazis. Tons of them. Boom. So while you're teaching me spy tips, the Nazis are surrounding us? I think your process needs some work, Peggy. America, your jokes are great, but give me the plan. You know you can see it. What's going to happen next? Oh, I got it. You go up, I go home, Nazis go away. I got myself here, didn't I? Not Prodigy's machine, me. And I can get myself home. They told me you'd be amazing, and hot dog, look at you go. So America apparently didn't go into a time machine. She just has this power because, of course, she just can travel time by herself. Not today, Nazi basura. Bam! Ah! What the hell's even happening? Mamas, I'm tired. Sick. America. Oof. So she just falls through a star portal thing. Universe, can I get a break? You got me fighting Nazis and flunking ancient revolutionaries. Do I need a concussion too? You landed on a pillow. What? Is that tears in her eyes? Guess I shouldn't complain too much. At least I made it home. AKA the van I bought for $50 after me and Lisa broke up. Cause I was too scared to get a roommate. What the fuck? Oh my god. I'm sorry, I need to compose myself. Sorry to slurp my soda. I'm at the bottom. This really does a number on my throat. But hey, at least now I know I can time travel without exploding into a million billion atoms. Who needs a girlfriend when you have abandonment issues and superpowers? Right? Right? Oh, look at those tears. It's almost like she has feelings. And whoever's out there announcing me to the world and following my moves, just quit it, okay? Quit it. I'm done. Oh my god. Somewhere, at some point, Gabby Rivera thinks that she wrote some sort of dramatic epic that put this character through the ringer. And what the hell? You'd think you would just watch like Saving Private Ryan or something, and just this person went through the most traumatic experience, or nothing's happened to her, and she's just like, I'm done. I'm so done. this is what the heroes are made of today. Oh, look at that van. She's even got like a star. It's so stupid. Meanwhile, back at Sotomayor University, a protected space between dimensions. Classroom 32. What the what? What? Why would a university have a protected space between them? What the hell? You know I can wait. You know I can see you helping her, right? Professor Douglas, teacher of intergalactic revolutionaries in you. What's your degree in? Oh, I got a PhD in intergalactic revolutionaries. What the what? Helping her is a part of your plan. The plan. But you decided to give her a special boost. That's not in the plan. Here's you following instructions and guiding America to Agent Carter. I hear that tone in your voice, Madramar. But now you're using energy worship to help America get home. That's not part of the plan, Canalita. She thinks she's alone, Madramar. That's breaking my heart. You're missing the point. Energy worship? She's using energy worship. What the hell does that even mean? You're using energy worship. What? Don't let concern get in the way of the greater purpose. I know that's hard for you. America will always find her way home without you, without any of us. Woo! College! No parents! Oh, God. Just look at these doofuses. You just know something bad's gonna happen now. Come on, Sonia. Smile for the camera. What in the name of underage club hell is going on here? Whoa. Great. And I haven't even had my cafecito yet. And I'm already having to save overprivileged ding-dongs from themselves. Jesus, is that phone case like protective enough? Look at that thing. Oh my gosh. If I catch you all messing with Sonia again, it's the Chancelita for both of you. Isn't it Chancelecta? That's how they said it when I studied at Intergalactic ISLA, which stands for International Spanish Language Academy. What? Nanny Diaz always let us play with her chancelitas. What? I don't have the energy to respond to either of those statements. Translation, Gabby Rivera doesn't have the energy to freaking write and make anything understandable to the audience. Meanwhile, some woman shows up. America, are you sure you don't want to be an SU ambassador and lead campus tours today? Babysitting prep school kids is actually not on my to-do list, Professor Douglas, but thanks. Caramba, y'all are everywhere. Can we see your dorm or go to class with you? You Frisbee? My game is fire. I could show you a move or two. Did you just... Hey, clear out. Lilu Multipass Phi Theta Beta's coming through. Chavez, it's not worth it. Come on, let's get to the lecture hall. That girl genius with the T-Rex is speaking today. Oh, for crying out. What is it with Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur that Marvel just has to make us somehow believe that everyone on Earth 616 is just fascinated by a little girl speaking about nonsense? First of all, most people aren't fascinated by the science. And second of all, most people don't want to listen to some girl lecture about it. Most people want to play PlayStation or collect Pokemon or maybe not read comics. Maybe want to watch movies, Netflix, go drink, smoke weed, have sex, watch sports, I think like some little girl with afro pigtails or whatever you call that look that's become the trope of every black genius girl ever. Um, no one cares. No one wants to. And look at these people in line. Look at these people. Look at this panel. Is there the only normal people are the people in the back that are made out to be weirdos? Look at this. Look at this girl in the back. Oh my! Look at this girl with the green hair. What's she? Is that a viewfinder on her face? What the hell? Moving on. Oh God, here it is. I need another drink. I need to get like a hard drink. Lunella Lafayette, aka Moon Girl, 9-year-old genius, inhuman, smartest person in the world. Snap. Yo, of course she is, because just look at her. Oh God, I gotta listen to this super genius. Let's see how super genius she sounds. At any given moment, millions of systems are at work all around us. The blood pumping through our veins, the planets, the food chain. They're all super specific systems linked to one another. Devil dinosaur. Sidekick. Dinosaur. Actually belongs to a white boy named Moon Boy that was wiped from the face of existence by racist people at Marvel. Oh wait, that's not in the book. Some of the systems occur organically as a greater part of the universe, like sunrises and sunsets. But others are just made up, like, why is the school day 8 hours long? And why is that, even though I'm the smartest person in the world, I can't vote? What? If you're the smartest person in the world, it should become readily apparent why you can't vote. Because voting isn't about intelligence. It's about being informed. It's nothing to do with being smart. It's about being informed. And it's also about understanding of the world to at least a limited sense that an adult can have. A child has a 9-year-old. Look, I live I live with an 8 and, well, almost a 9-year-old now and an 11-year-old. Anyone who has kids around this, never mind. I'm not even going to begin. This is so stupid. Meanwhile, the college-age kids listening to this 9-year-old, this is what they respond. I'm loving this already. Lunella is the truth. The arbitrariness of it all is the thing that drives me nuts. It's not arbitrary. It was all well thought out, smartest girl in the world. There are books and books and books of history about how our system of government was formulated, how it was put into place, all of the decision making that was put behind it. It was so extremely well thought out. I don't think there's been a government in the history of the world that had as much forethought, even half as much forethought put into it as the United States of America. The level of effort and just planning to structure this for sure was never seen in the past and will probably never be seen again. But you, smartest girl in the world, is like, it was just arbitrary. I don't even know if she knows what that means. My parents love me, but they wanted me to follow the rules, fit in, play nice. Even when doing those things made me feel small. You are small. And you should follow the rules and fit in and play nice. It's not arbitrary. There's reasons for this. But apparently, she's arguing that you shouldn't follow the rules, and you shouldn't fit in, and you shouldn't play nice. That's what smart people argue. That's so dumb. I hate Lunella so much. Oh, and then who's this? Oh, sorry, I skipped a panel. I learned that most rules and systems aren't designed to make me, Lunella Lafayette, great. Why should the system be designed to make you great? Why should the system be designed? What sort of narcissist do you have to be to think that the system of the world is designed to make you specifically, by name, great? It's so stupid. Look at these girls. Apparently, like, she's got a slide of a girl throwing a roll of toilet paper. Oh, the horror. The horror that she had to go through. Someone threw a roll of toilet paper at her. Oh my gosh. They were made to keep me in line, to behave like the world wants me to. And that's just dumb. Look at this Joker with the selfie stick. Seriously? It's like she's reading my entire mind right now. Told you she was dope. So do we make our own systems? No. We dream beyond them. That's why I'm working with Professor Douglas on a new project. I know this little boy is not interrupting Lunella's talk. Girl, you know he is. All he's doing is just taking a selfie. He's not interrupting anyone. You're the ones actually talking through the freaking lecture. It's just... Keep acting up, and I'm gonna tie you to that dinosaur's behind. Got it? Sorry, I'm just precocious. So that's what you're all calling it now? What do you need in this moment to be the best you? And I'm not talking superficial junk. I mean deep down, exceptional, powerful, magical you. Whatever that is for you is what we'll be working on in this lecture. She hasn't even said anything. She's just been uttering random words. If anyone in the chat knows what she's saying, please clue me in. She hasn't said anything. We're going to partner up. It's easy to pick your BFF or the most popular kid, but we gotta be better. Pick the person who challenges you. Together, you'll dream big and develop an invention that goes beyond the system. The invention must super catapult both of you to goals level greatness. What the? Must catapult you to goals level greatness. What the fuck does that even mean? To goals level greatness? This is Project Greatness. Oh, Jesus. I thought she was intelligent. Be my greatness partner, Exandria? Hell yes. You ready for Channel the Ancestors Great? Born ready. Chavez, we're gonna levitate this project. And then have a little bit of gay sex. Be bold in your methods. Use cognitive science, mechanical physics, DNA splicing, Lego, Play-Doh. She just mentioned Lego and Play-Doh with cognitive science and mechanical physics and DNA splicing. I just think like Gabby was like, what kind of words sound intelligent? DNA splicing. What? Anything. Take the next 24 hours to develop a prototype. Now go. I thought this girl was supposed to be the smart one. She's just telling people go be smart. That's what she's standing on stage and being like, people should be smart. You partner up with someone and do smart stuff. Now go. Be bold and intelligent. Aren't I so smart? Later, at Exandria's dorm room. Okay, so you know I can punch to other dimensions, right? Well, now I can apparently punch through time, too. Shut up. Yes, but I can't control where I go. That's the part that's stopping me from being great. That's the part that's stopping you from being great. Is that you can't control where you go in time. So apparently none of us, no one in the world, not even this Lunella girl, has a chance of being great because they can't punch through time and control where they're going. That's the part that's stopping her from being great. Time travel, destination, accuracy. I think we've got our greatness project. Wait, can anyone else in your family control that? I don't know. Girl, you gotta find out. Whenever I'm stuck on a dance move or on a design in my biotech class. Once again, gotta remind everyone that this woman has smarts. She's not just a dancer. She's not just a pretty face. She does biotech. I dig into my lineage and reach out to my ancestors. With hocus pocus mumbo jumbo, like all the super smart people. What the hell is... Oh, alright. What the hell happened? Sorry. Comixology gave me fits. Let's keep going. This ancestors talk is cool or whatever, but it's not gonna help us with time travel. Dang, so you won't even consider it? Ancestral knowledge is like clutch, you know? I don't have any ancestors, okay? Let's just drop it. Kablam! The trash can just randomly flies through the window. Oh, yeah. Tank Ferret just showed up and said, "Hey, Lash and friends, what's going on? Hey, we're reading America Chavez, issue number 2. Actually, it's just called America. America Chavez is the sequel that hasn't come out yet, and maybe never will because comics are dead. But let's enjoy an American great." What the? This trash can. Meanwhile, outside, party! We got these dudes with robot arms, apparently lifting trash cans. Yeah! College! What the? Dude, what a rager! Oh no, someone's throwing toilet paper. It's gonna trigger someone. And then America. Boom! Great. You went from baby bros to Franken jerks. Pow! Sorry, chicos, but you're disrespecting the house that Sonia built, and we don't play that here. Look at her. She punches him into like next week. Look at this. He goes flying like 100 feet. That would kill someone if you punched him that hard. What the hell? And then this guy, he swings a light post. Wait till we tell our parents about how you treated us. Crack. Knocks her into a tree. What? Are these guys got super strength or something? What the hell am I even reading? And then what? Oh God. It's the Pi Beta Lilu Multipass Phi Beta Theta Theta. I can't even read this. This is one of the greatest panels in comics history. Please call your parents. Let them know that the Lilu Multipass Phi Theta Betas have got something for them too. Oh God. Drink this in. Look at this panel. Look at this girl over here dancing. Look at her. And she's just grabbing him by the throat, slamming him against the pavement, cracking his skull open. What? This dance squad, they just come in and just beat up all the guys. And then, meanwhile, why does she have a cell phone with a screen, and then it has a hollow screen above the screen, so you could? Why would you invent? Prodigy, what's going on? America. They're stealing the code for the simulation lab. I can't fight them off. Hurry. Hold on. We're coming. Why are they stealing? Why is it that no males can fight? Have you noticed that? Not even Captain America. He just stood there and was like, yo, what are you doing? He didn't fight anything. Not a single guy. But the Lilu Theta Theta pack of wappas, they they're just dancing and fight. You good, Zandria? Without a doubt, Prodigy needs you. Go. Wait, how does she know that Prodigy needs him? She wasn't on the phone call. America flies away. This panel. Now she's on the phone again. Why is she on the phone again? Prodigy, talk to me. Are you okay? What the hell is happening to this girl here? She's just like levitating away. America, they're tapping into the Sotomayor intergalactic server. What? The university has an intergalactic server? I'm trying to block them, but... Ay, Dios mío. Selena, help us. What did you do, Chavez? I prayed to Selena, and oh my God, it worked. There's dead Beckys everywhere. Meanwhile, the next morning, cyborgs infiltrated our campus last night to steal the programming codes for our simulation lab. Defects in their design made it possible for Lunella and me to hack into their settings and disarm them. Oh wait, I was reading the wrong voice. Some other lady said that. I can't even tell who's saying what. Literally, why does anyone still use a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a password? So you could put that in the script. I don't know. So they weren't real kids? Wait a second. You thought they were real kids the whole time and you were smashing them into next Tuesday? What the? I thought you were supposed to be a hero. Cyborg Chavez. They were CYBORGS. Whatever. Think the universe is over. We killed it, though. Oh, yeah, lady, you are killing it with that look. Oh, my goodness. So, it was a rough night, but we're here to celebrate your... Wait, what is that freaking light? Lisa! America! Lisa, baby, where are you? I don't know. I just want to go home, please, Chavez. These kids are holding me hostage. What is going on? Oh no, remember these people? The America Chavez fan club? America, you haven't responded to any of my beams. That's just not nice. You, what are you doing? I tried to live beam you, but you blocked that. Oh God, these are supposed to be an analog for like Marvel fans, aren't they? Oh, the Twitter hate mob. Don't you want to be my friend? Let her go. Lisa was making you sad, so we're keeping her here till further notice. That's what BFFs are for. We are the Chavez Guerrillas now. When you're ready to lead us, we'll set Lisa free. When I catch you, you're gonna regret every ounce of manic panic hair dye that you use for your new look. What? What the fuck? She just dives out a window, just smashed through. Like, apparently you don't need to use doors when you're America Chavez. You just crash through windows. Just, oh. Moms, watch over Lisa and me, because I just might lose it when I find those Chavez gorillas. Scrape knees for love, tell hard truths for loves, and definitely run heart first into unknown for love. Try to have a plan, but if you don't know, make sure you have people. You calling me, gente? Who is she talking to? Is she talking to the audience? Oh. Comixology's hanging up on me right now, so I'm gonna look. Ed says instead of one story, we got like 6 partial stories. Dude, I think that's going too far. I think we're just getting random nonsense. 6, there's no stories anywhere. It's just like, hey, look, randomly some cyborgs show up and they start beating them. You coming me, gente? Yep, that's the end. So apparently, I guess America Chavez is telling us here, you know, she's breaking the fourth wall. It's like, you coming, fans? Go watch me beat up comic skaters. Stupid. I gotta give it a full star because this is an American classic. And I have to borrow the next one. Oh my goodness, that I know why Eric loves this book so much. I just didn't know, Eric. If you're still here, you're probably not. Eric has to get into bed early these days. He's getting old. Let me scroll up if I can. Let's see. Do. Gosh, you guys had a lot of comments. You guys have a ton of comments when I do the America. And then when I do like a good book, there's like 3 comments when I'm done. It's like everyone's paying attention, I think. Let's see. Skip says, now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Also, by the way, Skip posted a link to the Twitch in the chat. If you missed it, you can scroll up for his Twitch stream for Ultimate Thor. And that should be worth paying attention to. Let's see. Dane Bear says, I think this is funnier than Bendis. Oh, way funnier. Let's see. Tahilim's like, this is probably why her girlfriend left Gabby. You think? Dane says, I love your Batman TV show transition voice. Hilarious. Actually, it was my Superman or Super Friends transition voice, but I guess Batman might have copied it too. Or reverse. Let's see. Computer Robot says, oh, come on, guys. According to Gabby Rivera and people who think like her, critical thinking logic just doesn't work in today's world. Dane says, cool, my favorites. The hip-hop dance. Foo Fighters. Love those guys. Ed says, that dude looks like the Fallout dude. Skip's like, is that a Viewmaster she's wearing? She didn't have any images in it, though. I don't know what the hell was up with that. There were some great panels. Like, just some of those you could just be like, this is marvelous. Like, I could just stare at this. It's so crazy. Skip says, I actually enjoyed her in Ewing's Ultimates and Captain Marvel 2. Both sold solid before and after Civil War. Shame that Civil War 2 didn't have a series. Wait, or same what Civil Wars did to that series. I've never seen anything that I've liked America Chavez. I just don't think she's a good character. She's never been as bad as like obviously this book, but I just don't like her as a character. I don't know. It's just me. She doesn't feel like a hero. She just feels like a narcissist. Modern characters, especially like all the progressive stack characters, I don't know what to call them to differentiate them from the old classic characters. Either the ones that Marvel came up with new to sort of replace things, like the Kate Bishop for Hawkeye, you got America Chavez, you got Carol Danvers, who's actually been around for a long time, but the Captain Marvel Carol Danvers is not the same. Like it's like Marvel completely changed her when they decided they were going to turn her into Captain Marvel. Then you got like the Kamala Khan, you got Gogurt Hulk, you got Feminist Thor, all these characters. Like I call these like the progressive characters. none of them are heroes. They're all like narcissistic, and they're all like celebrities, right? It's like, if any of you guys watch The Boys, it's a really good TV show. It's really dark, it's really bleak, but it's about uh, basically an analog for the Justice League called the Seven, and it's essentially the Justice League, like a parody or a satire of the Justice League. So instead of like Aquaman, you have this guy called the Deep. Instead of Superman, you got Homelander. But there's basically an analog for each of the Justice League characters, right? But the whole thing about the premise of The Boys is that it's a world where superheroes exist, but they're created by like this mega corporation, and it's a very cynical view of the world. And it's this idea that, what would people with superpowers actually be like? Like right now in today's world, they probably wouldn't be like the super idealistic Superman, right? Superman just he works on a comic book page because he's not real. And what sets him apart is that no one is really that good. No one is that pure of heart. No one has that much virtue in real life. And The Boys explores more of the cynical side of what it probably would be like if people had superpowers. They'd be egotistical maniacs. They would probably be super narcissistic. They would definitely behave like celebrities behave, right? Because they're like the most famous people on the planet, as you would imagine. If there really was a Superman, right? Everyone would just naturally be like, oh my God, like you'd be way more popular. Think of like the most popular celebrities that have ever existed. Like, he'd make people like Michael Jordan look like a nobody, right? Like, and so in this world, like, they explore the story of how this fame and popularity and fortune just works on the psyche of people, because they're just people when it comes down to it. And for most of them, they just corrupt and they're just bad people, like celebrities. They're so out of touch with the world. They're so pampered. They're not living in the same reality as the rest of us. They literally, as celebrities, think that they're better than normal people. Imagine if you were a celebrity and you had superpowers. You would absolutely think you're better than everyone else, because in many ways you could prove it. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, modern characters in Marvel feel like this to me. They don't feel like paragons of virtue, which is what classic heroes like Spider-Man, Superman, Captain America, even Batman, all the Justice League. These are people who are like, we have these powers and we are going to devote our entire life to helping people and fighting off injustice and threats to the world. Like, that's all we're going to do for our entire life forever. And that's not necessarily believable in a real sense, but it's something as a kid or even adult we can look up to and go, that's great. We all admire heroism. It's natural. But modern day characters in comics, it's all about, look at me, I'm awesome. And it's this sickness of celebrity worship. Because celebrity worship, if you don't think that exists, you ever heard of this TV show called The Kardashians? Like, celebrity worship absolutely exists, and people are made into celebrities. You can just make people into celebrities, and then it sort of fuels itself. The Kardashians were nobody. They were just daughters of a famous lawyer, like, and a crazy father. Or is he really can I call him a father anymore? Is that, I don't even know. But yeah, that's not a hero. And I guess I'm long-winded on this. This is why I don't like America, because she doesn't feel like that. She feels to me like look at me, look at how awesome I am. I did a thing. They're vainglorious is the term. And I think that's opposite of heroism, at least for me. Let's see. Tank Ferret says, "Hey, Lash and friends, I saw that before." Jimmy's in the house. Says, wow, no notification letting me know when to start. Sorry, buddy, that's the YouTubes. But I did tell you Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 p.m. So you knew you have a schedule. Set your watch to it. No, don't set your watch to it. But I will try to adhere to that schedule to help everyone out. America Chavez is her own greatest villain, pretends to be a hero. I need to scroll down. Tahilim says, this is a Z-grade movie. The one the people tried to recycle and throw out. Even recyclers threw it out. Let's see. Jimmy says, The Boys is dope. It is. It's got some problems, but I'm actually surprised Jimmy liked it. It's like really dark, and Jimmy, you don't seem to typically enjoy that level of bleak, villainous type stuff. But it's a well done show. Tehillim talks about cult of personality, and Kay says, "Thank God it's over." Yeah, okay. None of us were reading that. We weren't reading that because it was supposed to be good. We were reading it because we wanted something to make fun of. He says, I'm thinking of unsubscribing. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Well, I don't want you to unsubscribe, but that's too bad. We were looking for something to throw tomatoes at and have fun. Sometimes making fun of bad comics helps you appreciate the good ones, I think. So, speaking of good ones, I think I have a good one here in the lineup we've been doing. Man, this one is, I don't know if it keeps getting good. Where is it? There it is. That's not it. No, I don't want to return books. Comixology. Oops. Sniffed into the mic. I'm sniffling. I got the coronas. My corona. Silver Surfer, where are you? I could have sworn that I started the next. I try to have it so it's in my in progress book here. There it is, issue 3. All right, so I haven't been living up to Kay's expectations, and I apologize. I'm just a dude sitting at home with a computer and a mic, reading some comics, hoping to share some joy in the world, and I've been enjoying making fun of America because it's. Why is this? I did not click to go to the return section. I clicked borrow. Oh, I have too many books. That's what it's trying to tell me. Okay, this book can go. We don't need the birthrights. We do. Oh, hey, look, there's the Boys Omnibus. Old Man Hawkeye. Been looking forward to reading that. Birthright gone. All right. Sorry. I guess now I understand. Now it was saying you have too many books checked out. I don't know why Comixology cares. Like, what does it matter? I'm paying you monthly. Why do you care how many I have checked out? It's just a digital access. It's like, just let them read them anytime. That's such a stupid system. You can only have 10 books checked out at a time. It's not like a real library where I like remove the book and now no one else can read it. Just turn it. It's like Netflix. Imagine if you go to Netflix and you could only have like 10 things checked out, and like you go to watching something 11th. It's like, no, you're already watching 10 other things. What? Who cares? Let's see. Jimmy says, hey, Ash, check out Hickman Shield. I've been talking about Hickman Shield because Skipintosh read the first issue on his stream, and I was like, dude, that sounds dope. Like, I fell in love with that issue. I do want to read it. Ryuk224, I'm probably mispronouncing that. I apologize. Is in the house. Hey, what's up? He says the boys, the oh boy, so freaking gruesome and dark. I love it. And he says, I meant the comic. I've been thinking about checking out the comic. That's why it's in my borrow, because I'm like, I want more boys, and waiting for season 2 is kind of grueling. And now I'm getting like a little bit edgy, because I apparently one of the characters that they're introducing in season 2, which is from the series, apparently they gender swapped him from a male to a female. Which of course they never do it the reverse. They never make like a black person white, and they never make a female into a male. Like, it never gets swapped that way. So this is how you always know that this is a racist thing, it's either racist or sexist or both when they gender/race swap characters. It's all done purely out of racism/sexism and bigotry, and it's why no one should tolerate it, whether you're black, white, Indian, Hebrew, Asian, man, woman, trans, whatever you are, whatever your race, creed, color, you shouldn't tolerate it in any direction because it's racist/sexist/bigoted. That's why it's done. I would fight and protest if they ever tried to, like if they ever said, oh, we're going to do a Black Panther movie, we're going to make him a white guy. I'd be like, no, what are you doing? Because it would be stupid, and you'd know, like, the reason they're doing it is out of racism. But I would do the same thing if you were like, we're going to, make Commissioner Gordon a black guy. Why are you doing this? Oh, because you're racist. That's why. But then other people who don't see it, they go, "Whoa, it's good. It's representation and la 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 la." Yeah, good. You feel like you're being represented, but it's because you don't understand the pandering. You don't understand the racist motivation that's behind it. All you see is a result, and you just want maybe more black characters or more female characters or this or that. So when you see it done, you're like, "Yay! It's going towards my motive." And that might be true, but the underlying reason that the result is going towards what you're looking for is from a corrupt origin, and it's not pure. Anyways, sorry, I'm not here to lecture you. I'm just stream of conscious. That's what this all is. Kay says, just bring on some good comics to read. Monkey. He didn't say monkey. I added that, but that's kind of how I interpret it. I'm just like the dancing monkey meant to entertain. He's like, so I can unsee it. he needs a palate cleanser. Dane says, unsubscribe. Well, we'll miss you, but America is forever. Dane says, comics should be fun. America is fun. Let's see. Skip and I were talking about Hickman for 2 hours the other night, and he found out I haven't read S.H.I.E.L.D. and did a private reading sesh. Skip is dope. Yeah, Skip is dope. That is for sure. 100%. Representation in media is just a way to enslave those who want to be represented. Perhaps. I think it's a way of appealing to people who have been divided. If you look at what's been happening, especially in the U.S., ever since the beginning of the last administration, back in 2012, was it 2000? No, 2008. Yeah, 2008. We've just become more and more divided by race and other, social dividers, whether it be straight, gender dividers, male, female, and that's a way of control, is by keeping everyone divided. When people unify and they no longer have reasons to hate one another, it's much harder to control them. They stand united. That's why the United States, for those of you who are Not, I know many of you listening aren't necessarily Americans or listen, in the United States, but my country is the United States, so I speak about that. The whole reason the United States was founded was the idea that we're all united together. We're stronger. Instead of being 13 little countries when we started, it was 13 states under one flag. And they knew that being united, which was true, if it had the 13 states all tried to be independent and go on their own, they never would have found freedom from the tyranny of Britain. We'd still be, being taxed by the crown to this day. But they stood, and later 13 states became 50 states, and that idea held true. But not everyone who's part of a free society believes that people should be free, and we have a sect of our society that's becoming more and more prevalent. Usually it's by people who have power and want to keep it, want to institute control over others, and the way that you can control people is keep them divided. And that's where the racism really comes in. These people have a vested interest in not letting blacks and whites and Hispanics and Asians just all see each other the same and just see each other like humans. They have an absolute vested interest in keeping us wary against each other, keeping us stereotyping each other, and having, resentful feelings and being, the people of that color, and oh man. And it's a dividing line. And then when we fight each other, we can't stand against actual real threats. So I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole on this. I think you know where that goes. Ryuk224 says the problem is that the gender swap in the origins tie into the story of another character, so now it would make no sense. The boys show isn't that much like the comic. Some things they change are fine, but other changes were like, why? Something. I don't know. And I do agree. That is, I am not one of these people that says you can't change anything. One of the examples I love to use is, do you remember the Daredevil movie? I always forget the actor's name, and I feel really bad about it. But the guy who played Kingpin in the Daredevil movie, he was a big black dude. I really liked him. He was in the Green Mile. He made several good movies. He's just a huge, big, gigantic dude, but he had this certain charisma about him that he was able to play fantastic roles. Anyways, the Kingpin is a overwhelming presence of, he's like his size. It can't really be captured correctly. If you ever watch like X-Men 3, which I haven't, but I've seen the trailers, like they put Juggernaut in that movie and it's just embarrassing. You're just like, that's not Juggernaut. That's just some dumbass with a helmet on. Like, he looks so stupid. Juggernaut is a mountain. Like, you would have to CGI him. And that's how come they were able to make the Hulk movie. The Hulk movie's good is because they decided, we can't put a muscle-bound dude. That's not what the Hulk is. The Hulk had to be done CGI. And Kingpin is kind of on that level too. So anyways, Michael Clark Duncan, thank you, chat, for correcting me. I can never remember his name, and I feel so bad about it. Michael Clark Duncan was the Kingpin in that movie, and I never felt like, they're just race swapping him because I think it was like, dude, we need a mountain of a man to have this physical, imposing presence. And there aren't any actors besides Michael Clark Duncan that really fit the bill. And you got to remember, this is before CGI was. Nowadays, they can do probably CGI and stuff and make it look right. And I approved. I was like, look, they're doing it for cinematic reasons. They weren't doing it to pander and be like, yo, black people, can't you feel represent? Like, it didn't. So I'm cool when you change. That was not any of all the problems. I mean, Daredevil has problems as a movie. It was not the Kingpin in any way, shape, or form. And I absolutely am down with changes. I think Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy is astounding. Christopher Nolan made some changes, right? Like, Bane was not part of the League of Shadows in the comic book, but it was in his movie. And I think it makes sense. Like, I love that change. I love that Ra's al Ghul was part of like Batman's origin. Like just these things that Christopher Nolan added felt like, yeah, that kind of actually makes sense. If we were to go back and write it all today and not just have people winging it for 80 years, you probably would restructure some of these things so that they actually fell in line better. Anyways, I'm just defending change. I'm not against change. I'm just against racist nonsense. Like, we need to make people females and lesbians because we don't have enough of them. No, you don't. You don't. That no one's going to see the Marvel movie because someone's a lesbian. That's not why people watch Marvel movies. Anyways, Ascent of Phoenix was the first person to correct me. He says Suge Knight was a real life kingpin. I guess I can kind of see that. Anyways, we got Silver Surfer. I think I've blabbed long enough. I've read 2 issues of this book so far. I've really enjoyed it. The art is beautiful. This is earlier, obviously, in Asad Rabique's career. I don't think it's quite as gorgeous as what his Thor book was, but it's gorgeous all the same. And I love Silver Surfer. I've been really enjoying this. I hope you guys have been really enjoying this. We're going to get into it right about now. Right about now. The Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now. You remember Fatboy Slim? All right. For what he knows will be the last time, he soars above the breathtaking vistas of the world he has called home for so many years. And his heart aches, not with sadness, but with joy, at the thought that there can be so much beauty of so many different kinds in one single world. They have been blessed, and so has he. And he wonders if they will ever truly understand the extent of that blessing. He ends in the place where he arrived, both most recently and at the beginning. It is appropriate and right that he should now leave from this very spot. Then he hears a voice. Hello, Norin. I am glad I was able to catch you before you left. Stephen? What are you? Dr. Richards called me because doctors always consult the other doctors when they find themselves at the end of a diagnosis that they can't beat, in hopes that someone else can provide some better answers. Some say a man can be measured by his enemies. Others say that you are known by the quality of your friends. If the mix of the varied minds who have given their every thought of your situation since that they have learned of it is any indication, then the quality of your soul is beyond human measure. They have not eaten, slept, or stopped in their efforts. But in the end, I'm sorry. All that we can give you is this. Within this flame burns all the knowledge of our world, all the secrets that we have hidden, all the truths that we have forgotten, all our songs, all our stories, all our greatness, all our foolishness. It is divided into 2 parts. That which existed before you came, and that which was created after you came, and saved our world from extinction. The fire of that knowledge will merge with you, will always be a part of you. Turn your thoughts to it. Tune your spirit to the frequency of our flawed humanity, and you will hear it all. This way, you will always know what you preserved, and what was created through your kindness. Thank you, Stephen. Norton, I don't have words. I thought I did. But I don't. I know. The stars look especially beautiful tonight, do they not? I think I shall go see them now. Goodbye. The Silver Surfer Requiem, Part 3, Benedictus. For 8 days, he rides the cosmic tides as he never has before, despite the strain of such speed, passing binary stars and pulsars, red giants, and the nurseries of stars waiting to be born. He pushes past the pain and effort, knowing that his time is short and getting shorter, and he has far to go to reach his destination. Like a fish swimming upstream to end its life in the familiar waters where it was born, he finds himself drawn across the stars, drawn home to Zenla. But as ever, the path of the Silver Surfer is neither clean nor straight. And runs always through the mechanisms, follies, and passions of war. Oh, dope. Look at that scene. The surfer pauses at the tentative touch of another's thoughts, a whispered request. Come. For we have much to discuss. Thank you for answering our call. I am Phil of the Linnaeus. This is to call of the Rumati. Yes, now you can see us up close. There is no mistake. You are a herald of Galactus, are you not? I was such once, yes. Why have you summoned me? You see before you the fleets of our two species locked in battle. A magnificent sight, is it not? Each year, more and greater ships join the ranks on both sides, each vessel more powerful and destructive than the one it replaces. Each year, you say. How long have your two worlds been fighting this war against one another? The reckoning of days and years varies by time and place and rotational cycle. So let us simply say that we have been fighting the sacred war for over 50 generations. Our worlds orbit the same star, fourth and fifth in sequence, and while for ages we could not travel from one world to the other, we were able to monitor one another's communications. We expected that they would believe as we believed, would know the makers of all things as we did. We found heathens and heretics, different gods. That were not our gods. Their shrines were not our shrines. So it was quite obvious, you see, We could not allow this blasphemy to continue. If the Rumati did not believe as we did, if we could not make the lineage believe as we did, then they would have to die. We dedicated generations to building our war machines and the platforms which would one day strike. Endured generations of sacrifice as every resource was turned to making our ships, feeding and training our troops and our priests. Because we were monitoring each other's communications, we were able to spy on each other's developments, with the result that our scientific achievements proceeded at the same pace, one with the other, until at last it began. With each year of the war, the holy temple on our world grew even greater as we expanded it to demonstrate our superiority. The Maker of all things would never allow the temple to be damaged, proving beyond question that we were the most holy in this war. That the other side made the same claim only added to their blasphemy, and made us more determined to see that this war through to its conclusion. No matter the cost. I do not understand. Your people suffer and die and sacrifice for your cause. Yet here you, the leaders of your people, sit together in comfort. Why? Why not? We are above such brutish endeavors as combat. Our place is to lead, to inspire. Our people want us to live in such comforts. It is a validation of our sanctity. From here we can together watch the progress of the war and speak of matters far, far above the understandings of others. Magnificent, is it not? Why have you summoned me? My people registered your approach on their scanners and requested I speak with you. As did mine. Because our technologies grew at parallel speeds, we are evenly matched. As a herald of Galactus, they hoped that you would have the power and the wisdom to decide which side was true, which side was right, and tip the balance, intervening to the end of the war on their behalf. But I see no difference between you. Which is as it should be. The war will end when it ends, but we are in no rush. We told them we would speak with you. This we have done. You may go now. Silver Surfer starts flying away. Here begins the tale of the end of the Sacred War. The stranger moved between the fleets, taking away their weapons. They struck back, though they believed they could not hurt him. but to their surprise, hurt him they did. Because the weakness, the sickness, was upon him. Yet, despite his pain, despite all that it did to him, he did not slow, he did not stop, would not surrender to the pain. And then, when he had destroyed the ability of the two great fleets to make war upon one another, he made his way first to one of our worlds, then the other. He came to each of our shrines, our holy temples, those whose safety and inviolability we believed was granted and protected by no one less than the Maker of all things, and proved otherwise. Proved that there was no greater hand at work than our own. Proved that neither side was more right or more holy than the other. Showed us that the conceit of our beliefs. And in that moment, we also understood exactly what had become of our sacrifices and our sweat and our blood. We understood what they had taken from us, what we had been tricked into giving them. On that day, more blood was spilled, but this time it was not ours. This time we would make an end of it. This time we would be free. The sacred war was over, and that day began something greater. The sacred peace. On neither world was the stranger ever seen again. Over the slow-turning years, we learned that he had left the mortal world, that he had died. He would never see that which we had built to commemorate his actions, never know our gratitude. But we would never forget. Nor would we forget the words he spoke to us before he left. If sacred places are spared the ravages of war, then make all places sacred. And if the holy people are to be kept harmless from war, then make all peoples holy. Wow. Damn. Like, not really the most action-packed issue or anything like that, but pretty thought-provoking. And I love that last bit. If all sacred places are spared the ravages of war, then make all places sacred. And if the holy people are to be kept harmless from war, then make all people holy. I don't know if that's Straczynski just made that up or if he took it from somewhere. But that was powerful to me. I love this book. Like, I feel like it's a collection of parables so far. Like, the first book was more about setting up, like, oh, Silver Surfer's dying. And then the second book was a parable, and now this book is a parable. So I gotta make sure I borrow this. You guys are witnesses. I'm borrowing it. I guess I gotta click read. There it is. All right. So this will be the final issue. We will be reading this on Friday. So looking forward to that. We'll get the final issue of Silver Surfer Requiem. Let me know if you guys are having any problems with America Chavez I don't want to keep reading it if it's really making people like upset or not happy to watch the show or whatever. I'm trying to have fun with it. I think it's ludicrous and absurd, and I'm having fun with it. So I can keep going. I got 6 issues I can read. I'm not going to do all 12. Or maybe if it would be better if I spaced it out. Maybe if I came back to an America issue, like every 4 episodes, and then do like an America issue, then go do some other stuff, and then come back and I might do that. I think that sounds like a good idea. That way we'll really extend the America, and that way the people who don't really enjoy it don't have to sit through like 4 episodes in a row of it. I think that's what I'm going to do. That sounds like a good idea. Marania's in the house. Good to see you, Marania. The Silver Surfer was meant to be an intergalactic prophet, according to Stan Lee, as I recall. Sort of sounds right. If you actually go back and read the Silver Age surfers that are by Stan Lee, he's very much like Superman. He walks the earth. He has a secret identity. This is something that hasn't been used in a long time, but Silver Surfer can, he used to be at least able to change his look. Like he could make the silver go away and just look like like he looks like a blonde Clark Kent in the Silver Age comics. And he walks around and he's kind of like Clark Kent in a way, like he's very much the alien, and he's like, I don't understand why people, want to hurt each other and all this stuff, but he believes in the greater good of humanity, and he helps them, and he's trying to like teach, like he's very Supermanish in his ways. And my guess is, what I know of Silver Surfer started off as a creation by Kirby, but only as a visual. Kirby had created this silver character on a board, but there was nothing really to him. He was just a visual design. And then Stan Lee took the visual design and filled in his like, oh, this guy is Norrin Rad, and he's from this planet, and da-da-da-da. And so this is why I always say that Stan Lee actually created Silver Surfer, even though it was Jack Kirby who first sparked it to life with his character drawings. It's because without Stan Lee, Silver Surfer was just a random drawing of a character. Stan Lee filled in who he was, why he did things. That's all was Stan Lee's creation for the most part. That's what I love about Silver Surfer. I love the hero. I love the Superman-esque, the aspirational. He just does good because he is good, right? Like, we have other Marvel characters. Most Marvel characters suffered some problem. Like Peter Parker's like, yeah, I got my own problems. Oh shit, Uncle Ben's dead and I could have stopped it. Oh, the tragedy. Man, he always taught me with great power comes great responsibility, and now I understand, and I'm going to devote my, and so some sort of trauma made him become like, I'm going to do better. Daredevil, right? It's like, oh, watches his father die, gets killed by mafia thugs and stuff. And so he vows to, clean up, and he becomes a lawyer. And then you've got, I'm trying to think of, Punisher. Like, I mean, he's actually not really a hero. He's an anti-hero, but it's because the mafia murdered his family at a picnic while he was just, it's pretty gruesome, but like a lot of DC characters are just heroes because they're just that good. They didn't need, Clark Kent didn't need some crazy tragedy to convince him, oh, I need to turn my life around. He was just, shouldn't we always just be good? Shouldn't we strive to be better? Like, and this was actually a problem that my idol, Frank Miller, I talk about a lot. Like, Frank Miller had a problem with Superman. Well, it's not actually true. That's not true. I don't want to mischaracterize Frank Miller. Frank Miller actually defended him and said, is it so hard to, I remember the interview with Tom King when Tom King was like, and Frank Miller was like, isn't it so hard to believe that maybe a character would actually be good because they're good? So I almost, sorry, Frank, I almost defamed you. Let's see. Skip, are you gonna be on Discord because we need to talk about Shield and what the F I just read? Well, if you guys, yeah, Hickman always inspires conversation. Jimmy suggests every Friday is America Day. That would make it every third episode. Well, there's only 4 America books left. So, that would only be 4 weeks. We'll see. I'm thinking about doing multiple series. So what I think I might do is, for the opening, the warm-up act, do like a series like I'm doing Silver Surfer. I was thinking about doing one-offs, and it just doesn't seem to, it makes it difficult, it makes it hard. And a lot of people, when I ask for suggestions, they're like, read this, read that. I'm like, well, that's a series. So I think I'm just going to just forget it, and I'm just going to do a series. And so what I'll do is have a warm-up thing be a series, and then the main act be a series. And what I might do is have one be a book that I've never read and another be a book that I have read, so that I know what I'm bringing to the table. Another one could suck because I haven't read it. And then in between series, I'll read an issue of America. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I appreciate you said that, just a suggestion, throwing it out there. And I appreciate that, because those suggestions help me think and formulate my ideas. And I think that sounds like it'll work, right? So Silver Surfer Requiem will be over this Friday, and then we'll go on to do something else. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Keep throwing out those ideas. Like I said, people, Silver Surfer Requiem was because FF2, which is funny. FF2, I don't know where you are, but you're the one that's like, Silver Surfer. And now I'm doing it, and he's nowhere to be found. Keep throwing those out. Even if I don't get to it right away, I'm putting those books kind of on a list of candidates. So I want to do this for a long time. I really am enjoying this. So I'm going to need a long list of quality stuff, even if I don't get to stuff right away. And I have some other books that I've been wanting to do. Skip gave me the go-ahead to do Hickman's Fantastic Four. So that's going to be coming down the pike, most likely. And FF2 says, sup. Right on, buddy. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully you were enjoying my read of Silver Surfer, because you're the one that made the suggestion. And a good one it was at that. This has been awesome. I'm almost afraid to read this last issue. It looks really heartbreaking. But all good hero stories end in tragedy, because eventually all heroes die. So I want to thank everyone for making it here, for being a part of the stream. Could not do it without you. You guys inspire me, and you really help me get my mind off of real world events. And you help me remember my joy and passion for comics. I really enjoy, just talking to you, even though it's like one way. I know it's not truly one way because you guys are in chat, but I mean, I feel like I'm talking and there's no audio, but it just feels good to have, fellow fans who understand. And I know not everyone's going to enjoy the same comics I do. And again, if you're not enjoying America, I apologize. You're probably not supposed to enjoy America. It's just, that's the thing. And please be understanding. No matter what I pick at some point in the future, you may not like. Not everyone. Look, not everyone likes Frank Miller, and I can't believe it. But there's some people out there where I'm like, this book is so amazing. You gotta read it. It's one of the best books I ever read. And then they read it and go, Ash, that wasn't that good. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? So, I may be the same way. Maybe I'll read something. I don't know, but I'm going to try to read good stuff. Hopefully it's at least entertaining, and our conversations can hopefully have some entertainment value. And I'm taking your guys' suggestions. So this one, all the credit goes to FF2 for getting me to read it. And you guys can give all the credit to Eric Breen for America, because that was him. So thank you so much, guys. Quick shout outs again. Ryuk, Kay, Comic Works with Jimmy, Skip and Tosh, Maranya, Ed Brewer, I'm trying to remember names I saw before, Tehillim, Iktvini is in the house, Senta Phoenix, Tank Ferret. I'm not getting everyone's name. Dane Barrett was here in the beginning. I apologize if I miss you. Thank you guys for showing up, and thank you for clicking the like button if you did. Thank you guys for leaving comments if you did, talking in the chat, listening, and being a part of like this community. Hopefully you'll make this a little comic club and enjoy each other's company 3 nights a week. This stream is ending soon. Skip's always encouraging. Don't forget to go watch his Twitch stream with that he did the Ultimate Thor, and he's got the Skip. You go ahead and put the link in the chat if you want again, but you can scroll up as well at the beginning of this early in the stream, or you can just go to the Thinking Critical on Twitch and find it there, or just ask Skip. He's on my Discord. He's also on Thinking Critical's Discord. So you can find him all over the place, and I'm sure he'll be happy to guide you. Thank you guys again for showing up. It's late. It's later than I wanted it to be, but I had a lot of fun, and I'm just going to keep talking forever until I stop myself. So I'm going to stop myself now. Have a great night.